They're about to make the classic mistake, ignoring the bigger talent because the timing doesn't match the spreadsheet. This franchise has always had a complicated relationship with tough decisions. They prefer the path that looks cleaner on paper, even when the more explosive player is screaming for attention on the other side of the fence. And now, there's a prospect who simply doesn't fit their timeline, not because he's flawed, but because he showed up too early. The organization keeps selling a narrative where everything works perfectly. The kid they promised as the solution takes over, the payroll stays predictable, and nobody has to make painful choices. Except another name just blew up that fantasy. Subscribe now so you don't miss any decision that could change this franchise's future. MLB Pipeline just released their list of the top 10 second base prospects for 2026. Michael Arroyo ranks second in all of baseball at that position. And the Mariners, they'd already reserved that spot for Cole Young. Young is the safe bet, the rational choice, the kind of player who keeps everything on track without causing waves in the internal hierarchy. But Arroyo isn't worried about Seattle's hierarchy. His profile is unsettling. Compact power, violent contact, real discipline at the plate. He dropped his strikeout rate to 18.7% while maintaining 12.4% walks, 40 home runs over the last 2 years, 30 stolen bases in the same period. This isn't future promise. This is immediate pressure. Here's the scenario nobody wants to admit. Young starts the season as the starting second baseman. He plays fine, not spectacular, but reliable, consistent enough not to justify a quick change. Meanwhile, Arroyo dominates the minor leagues and forces the question that splits clubhouses. Why is this guy still down there? Now you have the real problem, because the hard decision isn't simply who plays better right now. It's who becomes the organizational priority when both seem legitimate, but one has a much higher ceiling. Seattle is already testing Arroyo in left field. That should tell you everything. They know the logjam is coming, but that solution only works if there's real space in the major league outfield. And there isn't. Left field is essentially set, which means the idea of simply moving Arroyo might be more fantasy than functional strategy. Every organization says they want internal competition. But when it actually shows up, it reveals something uncomfortable. Do you choose the player with higher explosive potential, or the one who keeps everything simpler, cheaper, more predictable? If Arroyo keeps pushing like his recent track record suggests in 2026, the Mariners won't get to postpone this. They might be forced to make an impossible decision at second base much sooner than they'd like. And here's the hidden cost nobody mentions. Every month Arroyo spends in the minors while Young holds the position is one less month of control over a player who could define their competitive window for the next 8 years. This isn't about who deserves the spot now. It's about who you're willing to build around when the window actually opens. Mariners fans should be hoping Arroyo forces them to act, because teams that avoid hard decisions usually end up watching other teams capitalize on the talent they wasted out of attachment to the timeline. The question that remains, when the prospect's timing contradicts the organization's plan, who really loses?